Hi guys, welcome to my tent. Um, Usually I like to camp without the fly on, right? So without this outer layer over here, because it's nice and you get to breathe the fresh air in. But it was raining a little bit last night, so I put this on, and it actually makes it pretty warm. So now it's like really comfortable, and I don't want to leave. Yeah, so I'm leaving. I left Kingston yesterday. I'm heading towards Toronto. Um, I'm in a place called Prince Edward County. So you saw me take the ferry here. It's kind of an island, uh, but it's not Prince Edward Island, even though it's an island that's called Prince Edward. Uh, it's actually a really nice place. It's like I don't know, for some reason, um, when I get here, a lot of the times, like the way here is like really sunny. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a lot of fields, and there's a lot of people might like the fact that there's a lot of breweries. Uh, if you know Sandbanks Provincial Park, that's here. Uh, yeah. Yesterday was actually a pretty tough day for me. Um, there was just a ton of headwind. Like you probably saw all the wind around the ferry, um, pretty much all the time. Yeah, so that was all against me. And when it wasn't against me, it was kind of blowing from the side a little bit, and it was trying to knock me over. Uh, yeah, and I think my legs weren't feeling that great the whole day uh, either. So that was uh, so in addition to cycling a bunch, I've been rock climbing a lot as well. Uh, so I stayed in Kingston probably 4 or 5 days, um, and like uh, after the day that I slept in like in the middle of Queen's campus. That same day I went rock climbing, and I rock climbed for almost like 10 hours or something ridiculous like that after the previous day cycling for 10 hours. Um, so it's really kind of uh, a bit crazy investing in these two kinds of fitness at the same time. Uh, Plus I played some like soccer. Uh, so like, oh, it's getting windy. Uh, Part of the reason I uh, am staying in Toronto for a month, and staying in Windsor for a month, and in Oxford for 2 months is because I wanted to get rock climbing gym memberships there, and kind of you know um, and those go by months. Um, yeah, so uh, in a sense, I'm not really even starting my trip yet. Like I'm kind of just going to different cities to visit friends, and just using a bicycle to do this. Um, but I'm pretty heavily packed. Like I have my laptop with me because I'm actually still tutoring online. Um, so that's what I was doing like on the 4 days that I was in Kingston. Is like that's kind of like my work week. Um, it's I don't have a lot of clients over the summer, but um, yeah, that's part of what I'm doing right now. So the kind of last thing I wanted to say is, uh, even with as much as I've cycled before, yesterday was still a pretty hard day. There was lots of sun. There was a lot of headwind. It was just crazy. Like my legs weren't feeling well. Um, you know, finding a place to sleep wasn't easy. It pretty much never is. Uh, and But like through parts of it, I think what experience gives you is that you realize that it could technically it could be worse, right? Like, and it often is. Like, it could have just started raining. It could have, I don't know. I mean, that's the main thing, really. But I could have had some bike issue, right? Uh, it could easily get worse. Um, and it's also, I have kind of a deadline. I'm trying to get to Toronto in 3 days. So it is a bit like, it is a bit stressful, but like, um, yeah, like I was saying, having the experience makes me realize that if I were to kind of um, not appreciate the good things, right? Then, like, if it did start raining, what would happen is uh, I would start to think, oh, why didn't I appreciate like the weather when why didn't I appreciate this or that when it was like this, um, right? So like, and that would hurt more than anything really, right? Um, yeah. I hope that makes sense. Uh, okay. I think this is a town name. Uh, Hello. Um, Welcome to another fine morning of, waking up inside my tent. Today I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if you could see. Um, Here. Uh, this is pretty rural. Um, yeah, I just kind of found a bit of a patch of land to sleep on that doesn't seem to be anybody's personal property. Um, yeah, I wanted to talk a bit about how there's lots of spontaneous experiences while doing this sort of thing that I don't really film. Um, I've actually met quite a few cycle tourists in the past few days. So people like me who travel by bicycle. So and so this is my second day since I left Kingston. Sorry, I just finished my second day. This is me waking up for my third day. But uh, yeah, so I met uh before I got to the ferry. I met one girl going in the opposite direction, we chatted for a bit, and then there were three other kind of older guys that also came around, going also in the opposite direction. And I think everyone there was Canadian, from what I could tell. But then the second day, I met a Swiss guy going in the same direction as me. Uh, um, yeah, and that was cool. So he didn't speak that much English, so um, it was fun trying to communicate with him, and we were trying to figure out where we're going. Uh, um, yeah. And then later that day, uh, in Coburg, I met a German couple who were going in the opposite direction from me, and uh, uh, and they were possibly some of the most well-traveled people I've met. So they've been, I think, to something like 68 countries on on bicycles. Uh, yeah, so that was really cool. Yeah, and we got to chat. Yeah, they've been in Africa, like East Africa, kind of Southeast Africa. They were I think between Kenya and I think Tanzania, and they've been through Central and South America, been through Europe. Um, yeah, so they told me, oh, they're pretty much just missing Asia and Australia. Um, yeah, so that's really awesome. Um, yeah, so aside from the girl I met at first, who's probably a little older than me, um, everyone else was maybe in their 60s or so. Yeah. So that's really cool to see. Yeah. I think there's kind of two ages that people do this at. Is like one is like before responsibility, and the other one's like after like responsibility. Okay, anyways, I'll get started with my day. Uh, See you guys. Oh yeah. Also, there was in Coburg there was this like Scottish festival. Sorry, it was like the Highland Games. Um, yeah, just it always feels like whenever I go to Coburg, there's something happening. Maybe, or maybe their downtown is just really active. Plus, they have a really nice beach. Yeah, cool town. Yeah.